Joining us for more, retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon. It seems like something right out of a movie, right? Like this doesn't happen.
But it will on Netflix in about a year.
Well, and it also, Bobby, it could end really, really badly because this is a dangerous felon. He faces the death penalty, has absolutely nothing to lose, and he's on the run. So first of all, they had a lot of time to plan this. If they've been in a relationship for 2 years, he's been behind bars. He's thought of nothing else but his escape. So they could have had not just a getaway plan, but a getaway place that they're hiding out, and they were prepared to do this.
That's a great point, Marnie, because physically they are somewhat easy to spot. I mean, this guy is 6'9", 300+ pounds. He's a behemoth. He's a monster. He's the kind of person that if he was sitting in a restaurant, even a fast food restaurant, somebody that big walked in, you'd do a double take. You'd see him. She's much smaller, so to see them together would be a very obvious thing. So I think you're right on that, in that they may be holed up somewhere simply because people are going to notice somebody that big, and particularly if they're with somebody much smaller like that. So I think that's a great point. I think that the reports are that she recently sold her house for much below market value, which probably means she got an all-cash deal, and that could be funding this getaway plan.
Yep, she announced that she was retiring. She sold her house. She bought a car the day before the two of them took off. She also recently lost her husband, so she was going through a tough time to a health issue. Vicki's safety obviously is important tonight, Bobby, whether she went willingly or not. She's disposable to this criminal who is capable of terrible, terrible things, and no use to him once he's out, right?
The minute she outlasts her functionality to him, her utility to him, she's gone. The minute he sees her as a possible liability, she's gone. And one of the people he was formerly in a relationship with actually came out and made a public statement to that effect, pleading with her, saying, look, the minute he doesn't see you as a benefit to him anymore, you're gone. Your life is worthless to him. This is a guy that doesn't value human life. He's got a hugely violent criminal history. He's the worst case scenario for a fugitive hunt because, like you said earlier, he may not be taken alive. He may have that attitude. And I pray for the officers and the marshals who are tracking him down. I urge the public, if they see them, do not engage. Do not try to take their picture. Call the marshals. The U.S. Marshals are on this. They have an app, a tip app, that you can download. Go to the Marshals app and report any type of scene, but do not approach them, do not take their picture, do not follow them, because this guy is extremely dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, Bobby, and at some point he's going to come up for air, and you don't want to be caught in the crosshairs of that. A quote from his ex-girlfriend, by the way, who really has just been shouting from the rooftop in the last 24 hours how dangerous this guy is. She says, and she's talking about Vicki here, if she is still alive, she needs to get the hell out. Run as far as you can and turn yourself in and contact somebody. Do the right thing before you lose your life or somebody else does. So how do they go about, the marshals and this local department, which clearly this has gotten so big that they're going to need help finding him. How do they go about tracking him down? I mean, cell phones, digital evidence, the clues over the last 2 years trying to figure out what this plan was. How soon before you think they surface?
Well, it'll depend on, with a fugitive, the main thing is how much funds they have to keep themselves squirreled away before they have to, because the only reason they pop up, and if you remember, Eric Rudolph was a fugitive in the North Carolina woods after the Centennial Park bombing for 2 years, and he only popped up because he ran out of food, and he ran out of places to break into these cabins where he was getting food. So it will depend on how much cash they have. That will depend, that will serve as, they will only pop up if they have to. So right now, whatever their plan was, I'm sure the marshals are scouring their records, their communications, their social media, whatever it is, to find out where they planned on going, because it's really difficult to have a plan to go to a place without ever having searched it on the internet or been there on vacation or something. You can't pick a place on a map and just go there without some kind of pre-staged intelligence about that place and how you went about getting that. And so I'm sure they're scouring their backgrounds, particularly her background, to see if she got brochures for any place, if she looked into something on her home computer, anything like that. that's what they're looking at to go, because, like I said, it's almost impossible just to throw a dart at a map and say that's where we're going to go when you don't know anything about that place.
Right, you're trying to follow the breadcrumbs. Bobby, real quick before we let you go, I mean, people do crazy things for love, but this is, I mean, this has to be, she had an exemplary record. She'd worked for the department for 16 years. She was announcing her retirement, not a blemish in her career, and then this. So some form of manipulation is speculative at this point, but I mean, what would provoke her to do this, to form this relationship with him? And I mean, what's happening behind prison walls that most of us don't know? Guards and inmates and manipulation potentially in this case.
Yeah, well, you know, I was talking to colleagues about this today. We're befuddled about what motivated her to do this. But as you said, she was in an emotionally vulnerable state. She lost her husband recently. That could play into it. But these guards and inmates do kind of bond because they're together all day, every day. They probably spend more time with these inmates than they do with their own families. So they have to really be on guard, and the system has to be set up to determine whether or not this is happening, whether inappropriate relationships are happening, and to stop it before it gets to this point.
Well, the manhunt continues tonight, and let's hope they're closing in on them, and we have news to report on it soon. Retired FBI Special Agent Bobby Chacon, good to have you on tonight. Thank you.
Thanks.